Hi everyone, today let's have a look at this incredible notebook by ASUS, the ProArt StudioBook OLED 16. As you can see from the name, this notebook is mainly dedicated to content creators or professionals, but it also has an RTX 4070 inside, which means that you can game on it. So let's check it out and see how it performs. Before checking out the performances, let me go through some specs. The specific version is the H7604Ji, which has the latest Intel i9-13980HX with 8 performance cores and 16 efficiency cores with a clock frequency up to 5.6 GHz in boost. We have here the RTX 4070 mobile with 8 GB of GDDR6 RAM with a clock frequency up to 2.1 GHz. It has 4608 CUDA cores and 36 ray tracing cores with a TDP of 130 watts. The memory installed is a single module of 32 GB of DDR5 at 56 MHz, not soldered, which means that you have another remaining free slots, so if you want you can upgrade up to 64 GB. The same applies to the PCIe Gen 4 NVMe SSD slots. One is occupied with 1 TB and the other one is still free in case you want to add some more storage in the future. As per connectivity, the ASUS ProArt has Wi-Fi 6E dual band and Bluetooth 5.3. Moving to the ports, we have on the left side facing the screen one USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port, one combo audio jack and one SD card express card reader. On the right side there are two Thunderbolt 4 ports which supports display or power and one USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A port. On the back we have the 2.5 gigabit LAN port, full speed HDMI 2.1 port and the power in. Speaking about power, this laptop needs an important amount of power. If you consider that the CPU TDP is 100 watt and the GPU TDP is 130 watt. So inside the box you will get a huge power supply or 240 watts. Other than the power supply, you will get some papers about color calibration and some info about the antibacterial treatment, and there is included a stylus pen since we have here a touchscreen. More on that later. I think they should have included a carrying bag for the price tag. That really would have been a nice add-on. I do like the design of the ProArt StudioBook. Probably isn't the thinnest laptop ever, but that is somehow normal considering all the hardware inside. The weight is less than 2.5 kilos, which for a laptop in this category is okay. It doesn't have RGB all over and the color is grey with black with this kind of gold letters. The materials are assembled well and gives you that high quality feeling. The keyboard is comfortable and silent enough, and it doesn't get particularly hot during intensive game or working sessions. Speaking about the keyboard, on the left side there is a dial pad with endless scrolling that you can click to. This dial pad can be used in different scenarios, for example as a multimedia key or in photo video editing softwares. To change the settings on the dial you have to use the ProArt Creator app. This app can be used also to monitor the system performances or change the color calibration of the monitor and many other useful settings. The 16-inch screen here is one of the important features of this notebook. The resolution is 3200 per 2000 or 3K with an aspect ratio of 16:10, and it has 100% of the P3 color gamut coverage, and it has also 500 nits true black of peak brightness. Being an OLED display, it fully supports HDR. The refresh rate is 120, so in gaming we can have some smooth experience too. Now we all know that the OLED display might have burning issues. That's why ASUS recommends setting the display to turn off in 5 minutes if you are not using it. That might be a little too much aggressive in my opinion. Maybe 15 or 30 minutes could be the right amount of time. This display is also a touchscreen display with 4096 pressure levels protected by a Gorilla Glass, so you can use the included stylus to type on it if you want. Using the stylus is pretty easy. It connects via Bluetooth and it charged with a USB Type-C cable. In the box there are other 3 different pen tips and a tool to change if needed. Before moving on with some bench and tests, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and enable the notifications. This helps a lot the channel. Thank you so much for your support. So as we can see, this is a top configuration and you can have a real mobile workstation, not only for content creation but also for gaming. With that said, let's have a look at the performances of this ASUS ProArt StudioBook 16 in some productivity apps and also gaming. The results in the synthetic bench and some productivity apps are pretty nice, so let's check out how it performs in gaming. Also in gaming, the results are really good. With these laptops you can game with high settings in 1440p or 1080p, basically in all the AAA titles, aiming 60 FPS and above. Let's talk about Temps. ASUS, in the ProArt StudioBook, instead of normal thermal paste, has applied liquid metal from thermal grizzly to dissipate all the heat. In fact, in both scenarios, using some photo video apps and gaming, the CPU mostly didn't go above the 80 degrees and the GPU most of the times stay below 70 degrees. Talking about the battery, things are different. We have to consider a couple of things. I didn't test the battery with a heavy workload because in my opinion doesn't make any sense. Instead, I tested it in some normal use while watching movies or YouTube videos or other normal tasks. The battery has a capacity of 90 watt per hour and I did get almost 2 hours and a half. Not bad, but honestly I was expecting a little more. To get the ASUS ProArt StudioBook OLED 16 with this configuration, you have to pay around $2,000. There is also the version with the RTX 4060 for about $200–$250 less. This price might be too much or not, depending on your budget, your needs, and in which scenario you are going to use this laptop. That's all for this review of the ASUS ProArt StudioBook OLED 16. This notebook performs really well in every scenario. It is placed in the creator-consumer segment, but you can game too if we consider the RTX 4070 and the OLED display at 120Hz. It offers also some future upgrades in case you need some memory or storage. The price is important, but if you have the budget and you plan to work with it, or why not game or stream professionally too, well, I can highly recommend it. You won't be disappointed. If you guys liked this video about the ASUS ProArt StudioBook OLED 16 and found it helpful, please leave a thumbs up, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel and enable the notification bell. Thanks a lot for your support and thanks for watching.